Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jason here. Hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to bring you some updates about some stocks we talked about a few weeks ago. Those stocks are Prothena and Kempharm. Also, want to bring you guys one new stock for the day that I think is going to have a bright future and could, I think, maybe even up to triple its value where it is right now. If that's something you guys are interested in, hey, make sure you guys stick around. I want to talk about today's sponsor, which is the like button. That's right. We have no sponsor, but hitting the like button definitely does help out the channel, helps out the YouTube algorithm. Hey, make sure you hit that like button below because that's who we're sponsored by today. First off, I want to go over here into the Prothena Corporation. We talked about this on the February the 1st to be exact, right here. You guys would have bought on February 1st, like I did. Actually, I bought a little bit before February 1st. I think I bought the day before. I was reading to this company for a little while now, and I thought, hey, I did a lot of research for a few hours into it, and thought it'd be a good one to pitch, and something I thought would be a great company. And if you guys invested on that February 1st when I came out of this video, you would be up 107% right now, which is pretty good, obviously, within a couple weeks. Again, you're not always going to see that kind of growth, but I mean, if it goes from what was that at $11 up to $22.85, I'd say that's a pretty good show right there. So up 107.73, so 107% since I talked about it on the video. It's actually the same day I did a video on Kempharm. If you guys don't know what Prothena does, they make medications and stuff like that, or making medications for people with Alzheimer's and diseases like that, Parkinson's diseases. So those kind of diseases for the brain, which is obviously going to be needed, and I think it's going to be a really good returns on your investment when it comes to companies like that have promise anyway. Obviously, you want to do your own due diligence. Make sure you're doing your own, reading up on these companies and see what their clinical trials are at. But Prothena's had some really good clinical trials. Right now, like I said, before actually we invested in this company, the outlook was actually $28 even for the high, but they've also upped that now to $35. If I was going to still be playing into Prothena, I would go in kind of slow. Obviously, say you had $200 to invest. I would say, either invest maybe like $50 to $100 one day and then see what happens. Fill around for, maybe 2 or 3 days later. If you see it's still going up ticking, and then maybe throw the other $100 in. That's how I would play it anyway. I don't want anybody going, crash testing everywhere and running in, and not know what you're doing and laying all kinds of money down, especially when you haven't done a lot of research into these companies. Make sure you guys are investing into companies you think are going to do well, companies that have great outlooks and if they're in clinical trials. Make sure the clinical trials are doing good. Make sure the company in general is promising. Like again, it's hard to invest when you don't believe into a company. So make sure you're doing your due diligence and your research in these companies as well. Like I said, I try to do a lot of research for you guys and bring you these videos when I do. Let you guys know what these companies are all about, what they're doing, market caps, things like that. But again, it's always good to do your own research as well, because again, I am not a financial advisor. We do pretty good on the channel, but again, I'm not one of those financial advisors. I don't get paid to do this. Again, these videos, I don't even get paid for these videos right now, as I'm not even a YouTube partner. You got in with us with the Prothena. I mean, you're up 107%, which is great. The next one I want to go over real quick was Kempharm. Kempharm, we talked about the same day, February 1st. I bought in the day before, or a few days before, something like that, at $6, and I think it was like 5 or 6 cents. But we talked about it on February 1st. If you would have bought in on February 1st, you would be up, what is that, 49.84%. If you're up for, that much, $3.10 on that original investment of, where is that at on the first, $6.22. It's pretty great as well. Anytime you can get up, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus percent just in a 2-week, 3-week period, even a month, it's really great. It's hard to do that sometimes. But again, Kempharm is another great company. I think their outlook over here, I'll bring it up real quick, the analysis. Their analysis for the outlook is $28. They're making drugs for like brain disorders, like stimulant use disorder. It's one of their drugs that is going to be getting FDA approval on the 2nd. So as this gets closer to the second, I would expect this price to go up and down a little, up and down, and then probably go up. I'm going to say maybe $15-16 probably before a second, March the 2nd. I would say it probably goes up about 15-16 bucks or so. I mean, if you got in at $9 or $10, or even before, like we did at the $6 mark, if it gets up to 15 bucks, I maybe think about selling, obviously, because that's really good returns on your money. So for you guys that got in with us on the February the 1st when this video went out, hey, I hope you guys are enjoying your gains. These kind of companies, they go up and then they come back down. You can go back and look at their history. It's more of like a buy the news, or buy the hype, sell the news type of deal. These right here might stay up for a little while. I don't really know. Obviously, the market's the market, does what it wants to do. But these like pharmaceutical companies, I don't think they're like really long-term holds, unless they're big pharma. And maybe if these companies are doing stuff with like Parkinson's disease, and their medicine actually is curing and helping people with Parkinson's or any other diseases like that, you could probably hold on a little bit longer. Maybe like a shortish, midish term type of hold. But to me, these companies to me though are more of like a buy in low, sell, and sell the news when it comes out. Obviously, that's how I would play it. Again, if you had a few $100, you don't want to just all your $200 straight in. You're better off filling around, like I said, putting $50 here, $50 there, $50 here as it goes up, or as it pulls back. Again, if you see in Kempharm, pull back to $8.50 or so, you throw that extra $100 on there. Obviously, same thing with Prothena. If you've seen it pull back, you throw your money in there. These companies right here, I think are gonna be doing good short term to maybe midterm. And by midterm, I mean like within like a month or 2 months area. After that, a lot of these companies can go falling straight back down. That's the reason why you see a lot of people always say on these pharmaceutical companies, buy the hype and sell the news, right? The new company that I want to bring you guys was Biocept. Biocept right now is trading for the price of $7.32, but it has an outlook price of $20. I know you guys are asking what Biocept does, and here I'll explain it as well. Biocept is a molecular diagnostics company with commercialized assays for lung, breast, gastric, colorectal, and prostate cancers and melanomas. The company uses its proprietary liquid biopsy technology to provide physicians with clinically actionable information for treating and monitoring patients with diagnosed with cancer. The company's patented target selector liquid biopsies technology platform captures and releases the tumor-associated molecular markers in both circulating tumor cells, also known as CTCs, and in circulating tumor DNA, ctDNA. With thousands of tests performed, the platform has demonstrated the ability to identify cancer mutations and alterations in the inform physicians about the patient's diseases and therapeutic options. Additionally, Biocept is offering now nationwide pandemic PCR testing to support public health efforts during this unprecedented pandemic. So they got some really good stuff you obviously probably want to buy into anyway when it comes to this sector, because there's always going to be people doing biopsies and all these doctors, trying to find out what kind of cancers, things like that people have. So that's not something that's going to go away, you know what I mean? But they also, right now, which is just as big as well, they're doing PCR testing. So they're helping, doctors, diagnose people with the pandemic disease that's going on right now. Obviously, I don't want to say that word because YouTube hates it, and then they won't push the video because I said word, which is, there's a lot of disinformation going around. So I get why YouTube is doing that. They have bots that, seek out that C word that we do not say on this channel. But again, Biocept is doing something great with the liquid biopsy technology, helping find different types of cancers and what kind of cancers there are. They're also doing the PCR testing as well right now, helping doctors diagnose people with the pandemic virus. As always, I always like to say, if you want to think like a millionaire or a billionaire, you look what other people, these bigger companies are doing. And some of these right, they don't tell you how much they bought. But Vanguard which is really big. Vanguard Group almost bought 6.67 100,000 shares right now. Bank Group of America just bought 16,000 shares. You got Creative Planning about 11,000 shares. These right here, I don't know why it doesn't tell you how many shares they bought, but like I said, Bank, 16,000. The biggest one obviously is Vanguard on the 12th, bought 667,000 shares, which was really big. Then you got Vanguard Extended Market Index Fund, which again bought 187,000. Then you got Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, which bought 418,000. When you got big index funds buying the companies, usually they have a lot more information than we got. And again, Vanguard Group itself went in and bought almost 700,000 shares alone. So Vanguard Group, knows a lot more than we know. They got a lot of people in the industry. So that would be a great outlook to look at. Again, they're right now they're trading for $7.32 with an outlook of $20. Again, the way I would market this would be if you had $200, maybe the first day throw $50 to $100 in and see what happens. Test the waters a little bit. You don't want to go, head first into these kind of things, throwing all kinds of money at it that you have out of your college fund, correct? Because you never know. At any time, any stock could fall. But again, I would say this right here is probably more of a mid-ish term hold. At least a month, 2 months, 3 months. Say you got in at $7 and the price goes to $15, correct? Then you'd probably want to sell. You know what I mean? At least then you made your money, right? Some of these companies like this right here, where they're doing big things with cancer side, that you could hold a little bit longer. Again, usually on these pharmaceutical type companies, if I double my money, or if I got in really, really cheap and the target price is say $20, if I got in at $4 or $5 and it gets up to $15, I'm probably going to take my money and put that into another investment, whatever you want to put that into. That's just how I run these type of companies, just because they're so up and down with these these biofarms, these pharmaceuticals. They're just up and down every direction. I'm not saying they're bad companies to invest in, because you can make a lot of money on them, especially when they're on the up and up, like right now. And again, some of these companies stay up for a while, and then they crash back down, and eventually they go back up again. They come out with something new they're doing. Whereas Bioconcept, again, they have their own stuff going over with the what is this, the liquid biopsy technology stuff. So again, they have a really good system going. So they might be a little bit more longish term investment. But again, if I double my money, I'm probably going to head out to a different place. Again, I would probably rather put my money into if I'm putting into a long term, I'd rather put that into, to say, like an Apple or an Amazon or something like that, right? Whereas these biopharmaceutical companies and things like that, I'm pulling out if I'm double my money. Again, I hope this helps you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could, make sure to smack a quick like on the video. Make sure to hit the sub button below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.